Ducks and those turtles, though.
Map number 1 over MIBR. I think, Coach, there's so many fans out there that wouldn't be surprised by that result, but perhaps just the manner in which it was accomplished, because it was definitely a hard-fought map number 1. Walk us through, from your POV, what was going on. I felt like there were a lot of great starts to the round where Cloud9 were getting a lot of first kills. It was just difficult to convert those 5v4s into round wins. So what do you think the team was struggling with, and how was the team able to pull out the win at the end?
Well, for starters, I think that MIBR are a really good team. I think everyone can beat everyone in this league. But yeah, we did have a lot of early advantages, and we also got ecoed. I think we just made it hard for ourselves. A lot of nerves maybe from the younger players, just getting back into it. Jake, Oxy, you know, Oxy's first time, Jake back. So, but hey, we converted everything in the end and we won, so it's the main thing.
Really quick, how was the team able to rally together, especially with all the nerves, like you said, at the very end, at that second half, when it mattered most?
Can I give a one-word answer?
Yeah.
Vanity.
Let's go. Coach Jimmy, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and best of luck in that next match.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Smix, and great to hear from Coach Jimmy there. And I think, you know, one thing he had pointed out clearly, I think we all kind of felt it as well, you know, a little bit of the nerves, right? Kind of got to get into the flow of it. But boy, oh boy, once Oxy got into the flow of it, that kid was unstoppable. He is truly something special.
Yeah, I spent like the whole first half of that game just thinking about the comps and how they're both playing Sky and no one has util to do flashes and all the macro of that. But the second half was just about the individuals of this Cloud9 team shining. When you put Oxy on Yoru, even if he doesn't have perfect support for it, he is so good at being that young player, being that catalyst to bring his squad back in. And I'm so glad he got to show that on his America's debut.
I mean, look, the dimensional drift in and then the shorty,
Ridiculous.
2 shots, 2 kills, just doesn't sum it up any
Casual.
better than that. And I think the combination on attack of him and also Zeppa, especially Zeppa dominating in those opening fights up against MIBR, really took a lot of the wind out of what MIBR's comp was supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, 15-9 in favor of opening kills for Cloud9 by the end of that game, which is so unfortunate with double duels, especially because they like never got an op online for their Jet until the very end.
Yeah.
It felt like MIBR was really struggling to find the success point of this double duelist comp.
On defense primarily, the distinction there is that it was 6-6 on C9's defense or attack into that, and then on their defense, C9 dominating 9-3 in those openers. The rounds were like too close, I think. There was a lot of rounds that MIBR was able to fight back and win, but I think when they went over to the defensive side themselves, they needed to find more openers with their Jet.
Yeah, they absolutely did. But in that first half, it actually was looking so good for MIBR.
It was.
In particular, when they were getting into these post plants where Cloud9 was utterly unable to win any of these retake rounds. And I think the issue with that comes back to this Sky pick. Those flashes no longer refresh. And Cloud9 was still using so many of them early on, which meant they had barely any util to win these retakes.
I mean, I will say credit to a lot of things here, like flushing out the common corners with utility here to force C9 out into open positions, the vertical spots that they were able to take as well to get that Jet, you know, peeking over the top of Tube was very, very nice. But if you actually count the amount of flashes Vanity got to use, it was very low. C9 on their defense, almost every round, put both Yoru and Sky on B-Long, which, to be fair, that's where you want your flashes. But both of them may be a bit of an overload, and they were very committed to refighting for that line. So it would be very common to see Sky flash in the first 5 to 10 seconds of the round, fall back, then dog at a minute 20 seconds, and then you're reflashing again to see if they scaled after that in a minute. And we're 40 seconds into a round, and Sky doesn't have utility. Sky's playing Jet without a dash. Like, what's going on here?
AoE heal only.
Yeah, the amount of times when we were watching that game that I heard you guys say, oh, hey, look, Sky has no utility. It were like really like just like stands out to me.
It really is tough because as a Sky player, you have to break the neurons. When you play that agent so much, it's like all your memory is like, okay, we flash at the beginning of the round, we refresh in 45. You really have to think about her so much differently post-nerf.
And this is the thing, if you use an early flash in a round, what that means is that your next flash is either to try and gamble a refight in the mid-round, which is how Vanity was calling a lot of those rounds. He was trying trying to catch them before they did anything, right? Get in front of that hit. But if you do that and you guess wrong, or you're not able to, actually win the fight off the back of that flash, you're playing the rest of the round without the flash. And that is the weakness that Riot introduced with the nerf and not giving the refresh. It made committing that flash at the start of the round really coin flip the rest of your plays.
It absolutely was. But if someone loves coin flips, it's vanity. Some of the
I thought you were going to say the referees in
they do love that.
They love
those.
But some of the calls Vanity were making, it was just so vanity. It's been a while since I've watched this guy call bind, but he's still the same. Constantly going back and forth on the teleporters, taking big risks. It was a very Cloud9 way to kick off this kickoff tournament.
Kick off the kickoff. Kick/off. You know what I mean? I got you, buddy. Don't worry about it. Always got you back. In any case, so let's actually go ahead and hear from Coach Bazooka and hear what he had to say as they get ready for map number 2.
Standing here with Coach Bazooka ahead of map number 2 on Split. Coach Bazooka, I know that map number 1 was ultimately a loss for your team. However, I still think the team performed and looked outstanding. There were so many times where you were in a disadvantageous situation and were still able to get some really impressive wins. What is the mentality of the team looking like headed into map number 2?
I think we did a great map 1. I mean, it's our first game of the season, so I feel we lost so many situations we shouldn't have, especially the pistol. In the second half it cost us a lot. But the mentality for now is just reset and go for our map pick, that's Split, and we're very good for it.
Amazing to hear. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bazooka letting us know, they're feeling pretty good about Split as they get ready for that one. But Ender, I mean, you look at how that game kind of teetered out toward the end there. It felt as if MIBR kind of run out of ideas. They ran out of steam a bit. And C9 just were only getting started. Now we make our way into Split. And I want to see MIBR just shake that off, forget that, do what Furia did in that last game, and just move on from it, as best as you can.
Yeah, you definitely need to switch things up in terms of getting those openers going for them. That's a hard one. You can't really, make an adjustment and win those. Just shoot better, simply put. But honestly, going over to Split is kind of a funny map to me because MIBR end up picking this one, but this is a classic C9 map.
This is Vanity's map.
This is Vanity's map. Like, remember what they did way back in the day, introducing the Breach as a staple pick on this map. I'm pretty convinced that in this meta, you want to almost always build your Split comps around a Breach, a Raze, and a Cypher. I think the trap play options you can have with that, the basic global ability of Breach is so powerful.
Let's see what they choose, and it's still Sky. You're wrong again, Chris.
Wrong again. Double smokes, Sky,
Sucks to
Astra.
suck, Ender.
Get me out.
No, but all right. Well, look, there's nothing really all that sticking outside of the difference of like having to Killjoy in there, right, in place of what was that, like the Viper? I don't know. Or the Jet, excuse me. What else you got, maybe?
What I have is MIBR looks like they're doubling down on double duelists, and that is their idea of, I guess what their identity is going to be in this kickoff tournament, seeing it locked in on 2 maps now. And that makes me think that the coaching staff have huge faith in Artson and JCZ to go crazy on this map. They absolutely need to, especially on defense, where they struggled on bind.
Well, let's see how this one plays out and get it to map number 2. We're going to send it back to your casters, Van Sillington. Take it away.
They're so.
Thank you, GB. And yeah, I mean, looking at Split right now in the compositions of these 2 teams, I mean, I'm getting some vibes of C9/version 1 back from Masters Reykjavik 2021. A Killjoy coming back. I see an Astra coming out as well. I'm looking forward to this game for sure.
I love the Killjoy. I love the ability to play so far away from your utility on this map. You can basically be everywhere and still have eyes on every part of the map on that defensive line of scrimmage. We'll see how Whippy decides to play it. We should get our Vipers on most of the rounds, at least on the attack, playing towards that right side A that we can continuously keep an eye on, the lurk. But yeah, we're back on Split, and we'll see if C9 can pull that momentum now from game 1 that they ended with. After MIBR had much of the lead on bind, C9 does get the win, and now we start on to Split. 4-1 for MIBR to start off their attack strategy.
So recall smoke to try to peek out. 4 players moving forward for MIBR, and Jake had the 6th sense to want to start falling back within this one. But there's so much KJ utility right here to support Jake towards the back of the site. There is that dash forward, and even The microwave set up there from Whippy to drop 2, but Mazine wrapped over the back of that B side. RGL Meister even traded off at the pillar onto Vanity. So instantly what looks so good is back into MIBR's advantage. Paint Shells almost got that kill out from Oxy onto Mazine. At least the players are low for MIBR.
Yep, the tried and true just blast on the B. Zeppa, enough time to look for the flank, calls it correctly.
Important 1v1 right here, and it's won by FRZ. Difficult now for Oxy. Disadvantage against 3 players, make that 2. And look how passively we're playing. RGL is all the way back towards spawn. So there's the grab well for the first one. And FRZ could just wait it out. He has a ghost. So there's no more delay available after the Nova Pulse coming out from RGL. And there's that stick on the spike, the 3-2-1 for the double swing. And RGL gets that pick.
All right, so we'll keep track of this too. Retake there for MIBR. They grab a pistol for themselves. See what they go for second buy, if they try to just go for the same strat again, or they give a little help over to that side where FRZ was lurking. Looks like they will go towards A. Just get that default Viper wall up so they can get into sight. Interested to see how they use the Astra smokes. We will get a little bit more of a lurk here from RGL. An X stack here from Cloud9. Should be able to do some damage to MIBR. A Vandal. If that Vandal gets picked up, Cloud9 can definitely turn this one in their favor.
And that's in the hands of Mazine, but right now he's using util to allow JZZ to satchel up towards the E ramp. With a boombot to clear vents and a dot to look towards the right, knowing that it's clear a counter flash. Wow. C9's not looking to push back within that one. Turret now sees the over-aggression out from the top of the A heaven side as FRZ still manages to get a pick here with a snake bite right within the A site. Now inside the vents, 3 players to greet Jake. And that's not going to allow for you to get too much out of the gamble stack that you had from C9 towards this A site.
Very confident movement here from MIBR. C1, they're going to make their way into B. And I feel like we're going to see that quite a bit more. Just that rush up to A, whether it's a waterfall into A site or towards B. C9, albeit a save round, I don't think they're going to be playing in that heaven position much with how quick and how much of a death ball MIBR sends on these strategies. This one going to fizzle out here in the way of MIBR as C9 may not get in for the defuse window.
I like this right now. Mazine just trying to get a 1 and die if he can get ulted within the next round. They kind of did a Bogdan's Law, a mini Bogdan's Law to give that Vandal over to RGL.
Okay,
And that at least it gives an opportunity for MIBR to work towards an orb and even utilize Seekers on their bonus round.
All right, keeping an eye on Whippy for a moment, seeing how they set up this Killjoy for now. Interesting, it's just going to be towards B. A lot of times Killjoy, in the early days, we saw that setup with the bot towards vent, a turret towards A, a lot of long-range detection. It seems like they forgo that now and expect a B hit here. Most of the members of MIBR at A looking for this slow lurk hit again. And it's even changed, right? Mazine is now the one off hanging out with that Vandal, the rest of the team together. That was RGL Meister last round. Good detection. And I was wrong. C9 do want to play this ramp. They expect MIBR, and they are ready to fully connect with it. So right into sight MIBR goes once they detect somebody up top on heaven.
Open side right now for a plant. Gambled plant out in the open, nobody running outside of the smoke, so good enough here for MIBR to play and regain control of heaven. And off that pick, there's the Seekers we were talking about here. An opportunity for MIBR to convert this bonus round to get information on 2 players at least towards this A heaven side. And after that flash, all of C9 pivots towards the screens, waited in, stopped at least for 1 frag, but instantly traded off. And then again, Radford saying that they can't gain the space towards the screen. C9 falls back for a save, and MIBR, they convert their bonus to get the 3rd.
So a little variation to not going up ramp. They use the double duelist strategy as per order. Dash right into sight and bounce right in as well. With JZZ only losing 1 here, forcing C9 to the save. MIBR is confident in their strats. Whether or not they're able to hit the first shot, the refrag is there, and the whole team is in on the strategy, right? Everybody in on a bad strat is better than half the people going in on a good strat. MIBR is just on board with everyone, and it's really making the difference here on these site hits. Some guns saved. We see Oxy going down to the judge here. Let's see what he can produce. He gets up close and personal in mailroom.
Yeah. Ends up being a very good call for C9 to save to still bring out some firepower within this round.
It was very smart.
Switch up the armor on this one.
Yeah, Jakey low. Might just be hiding in the back, throwing smokes out. They've switched over Whippy now towards A. See if they can defend this, but it looks like MIBR is going to choose the numbers game again and end at the right site as of now. Really great movement across the map that MIBR has been utilizing here. You always get the Viper wall on the right. FRZ's been toying with that the last few rounds with the team. Now they just leave it up to use the gas and play mind games.
They use the timing of that smoke to allow JCC to double satchel out, catching Zeppa off guard within the spawn, but Jakey's still alive rather in the back of the site. Vanity dropping down with 2 players, Showstopper out. Oh, Vanity denies it! It's still a 2 versus 2. Flash to come out, nice shot by Mazine.
Can't use that yet.
Players are low, but the heal then comes out from Mazine onto RGL, making it harder for Whippy to try to win this one.
Spike planted.
Low armor now, low HP. First contact, and notice the second one's the planner. The 3-2-1 again for MIBR. Double swing out. As C9 still can't find an answer on the aggression of MIBR.
MIBR says no retakes for you today, Cloud9. They are having a tough time trying to retake these sites here. MIBR is doing so good at, one, taking the site, finding the kills they need, but also getting into position that just roots them in, no matter the utility that is expected from Cloud9 to try and retakes here. Great positioning. It does not seem like they're getting pushed out of their confidence right now. And again, slowly towards B with FRZ now towards that right side to initiate that lurk that has been in the back of C9's head. No mid so far for MIBR. They're sticking with the extremity. They get there, they hit it. Clean and clear what they want to do on these situations, and they do it again, Van Silly. Low buy from C9.
Yeah, and that unloads all of the Stinger bullets onto that kill, but you know, the Stinger, as fast as it's able to get the kill, it's fast that the bullets actually empty within the clip. You have this lower buy that you had for C9, and it just couldn't hold it on that crossfire setup. And MIBR is looking very strong on the pulse plan, even with this Trailblazer spotting Zeppa within the back of the site.
A little run around from FRZ here as the trail.
MIBR doesn't want to chase this.
One enemy remaining.
Allowing FRZ to do what he does best. Just lurk behind, get as many picks as you can. Whippy down to 1 HP. He's gonna be able to get an upgrade.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still the round for the Brazilian team.
Operators out too, so MIBR's game where they have been hitting every site. If they feel uncomfortable with that, Vans, now they can go for the opening pick, get something sure off of that, and make it work. So many options here are opening up for MIBR with the lead. They're now taking on Split. Their pick too. And I think we see why. Coming in on the attack side, they are relentless with what they're hitting. A few towards A, almost 3 towards B from what we've seen here. And again, completely avoiding mid here on the B retake. You see these shots just connecting left and right.
And on this replay that you see the hit from the double duelist moving out towards the orange hallway, this is twice in a row that when they're looking to explode within this B site, you're going towards that area because they learned from that pistol round that they got cooked by an early killjoy utility out towards the billboard and that pillar. So I love the new pathing, immediate adaptation to really catch some players off guard. Although, even if Whippy doesn't have that set up towards that B site for the last few rounds, it's still a good pathing in case they want to do for that switch to still avoid that utility. So this timeout comes out very important for C9 to see how they want to adapt to this.
The pathing as well that you're saying towards the right side works as well, because we're not really seeing Omens anymore, and that was usually Omen's paranoia spot. So knowing that you're clearing that area, nobody's going to peek behind what is new box, I guess older box now.
Yeah.
It's not new anymore. That helps. So the pathing is so many ways a plus that you were mentioning. All right, that operator still out, goes over to Artsine. And we have guns on the round, but it is going to be low armor for the side of C9. Some ultimates coming close to being on deck here, so that could start to turn the game for them in the next few rounds. And they are going to keep this 2-1-2 strategy, along with Whippy being at A to lock it down now. A little bit of mid-love here for the first time as JZZ is going to wander about. Both teams kind of just mirroring each other as they present to this round. It's kind of funny. And the 2-1-2.
I'm now being heard out from Arlazine. Oh,
You're kidding.
Potentially looking to reposition back towards the male as he got spotted first and just tried to go for the lucky timing in. Wow. You got it here for Arlazine.
Already pushed up ramp 2. MIBR playing the audio game, waiting to hear any type of rotation and movement off the kill from Vanity. Just gaining every bit of info to make sure the next move is a successful one. They will go ahead and take Heaven. Everybody in mid's waiting for the confirmation here.
You could do so much right now, and the flash comes out from screen. So this is a call now for MIBR. They have so much that they could do. Pivot here from vents out towards the A side to explode. They don't really know where the KJ utility is yet, so looking to just push forward within this A site. Now they finally spot the turret within this A site. For them to decide now if they want to fall back or just explode now with the power numbers. KJ and Sky for C9 stuck within the A site.
They waterfall into this utility. Could be big. The shots have to hit, though. Still hidden.
30 seconds left.
Flash for our timing. That's nice for Whippy and Zeppa in the back of the side. Beautiful hold in the end. Oxy with the cavalry for the support in the back. Pain Shells pushing FRZ away. And with 18 seconds left, Spike down within the A site. Not much here that Thraw could do. Drop right away, and that's confidence out from C9 as they get the first round and a beautiful hold from the 2 players on the A side.
May seemed a little scary when we saw all of MIBR taking free space to Heaven, but that was almost a trap there. C9 was not peeking. They weren't giving any more info. And as soon as the waterfall happened, that's when we see Whippy and Zeppa pop out of the woodwork inside sight. Really nicely done. You can see. It's like, yeah, can't believe they fell for that. Let's do it again. Coming into round 7, still a lot of work to be done here from Cloud9, but they're starting off right with that round. A lot of money MIBR can go through here over the next few rounds. So C9 has to do more than just win. They got to do full damage, no saving allowed. Ooh.
Boombot just saw there, Vanity trying to work within the vents.
Yep.
Now we're trying to dog it back just to force JZZ in the 1v1, stuck within vents now. He goes for the snake bite. Vanity. Hello. Never turned around. Should have been ready for that, but Oxy is at least within the B site. Showstopper now out, trying to trade it out against Vanity, who got dropped by JZZ just within these vents.
That was a...
Yes, indeed, another Rosa, but Mazine still clean with it with the shots. JZZ with the late lurk. A baited shot from Zeppa to look back towards the mail, allowing C9 to regain the advantage within round 7. And Mazine's just trying to play the timing. But it's better for C9, both walking back towards the spawn. Mazine sticking the plant, and there's that swing out for Zeppa for the kill.
Fans, 2 rounds now. Vanity has found himself going down first, but Cloud9 are still able to convert off of the 4v5. Not what we saw on Bind.
Finally something different from Bind, indeed, yeah.
Big change there for C9 to be able to crack these rounds. And a big push there by JZZ. They'll be a little bit more aware that that's going to be happening. We've seen the lurk on A be very back and forth, whether or not FRC is taking it or not. It's only been a few of the rounds of the 7 we've seen, and that time it being JZZ threw everything off with the timing. Full A, full hit. We think we're double duelist into sight here? Let's see. They're going to go over a lot of util and 4 ultimates from C9.
Whippy's ready for it, though. I mean, look at it. He's already back towards the screens. Even if the satchel breaks his util, they want to play the lockdown for the retake. Instead, yes, indeed, a double satchel up there. Seekers to come out on the attack. There is that lockdown to prevent the attackers moving within the A side. Nice pick from JZZ, though, as Zeppa falls first. But that timing of the lockdown coming down, it doesn't allow MIBR to move within the site or a plant. But still giving time for C9 to rotate across to refight as MIBR is cutting noise.
Hit number 2. MIBR with a second attack.
Oxy gets the timing, tries to get the spray, but at least Vanity's there for the kill. That's a spike down towards Hell. Artazine trying to go for the spray transfer. Goes to work out as RGL. Also cannot trade it out. Pit comes out instantly for some odd reason.
Another 4v5 conversion. Oh my gosh, Cloud9 heating up right now. They lose a member, they correctly adjust, and they find a way to shut MIBR down, which has not been the story at all here throughout this series. See, diving right into the side, and this was the second hit, right? They went to Heaven, didn't like the adjustment, the ult comes out, and they fly back into the site, but C9 is ready. Oxy going wild there. Him and Oxy and Vanity just coming out on the balcony, laying people out in sight. They were very confident to double peek together. Seeing that confidence come out and the cobwebs wear off for C9 here, as MIBR is now in a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, the timeout's quite important here. Again, Looking back at the last few rounds that's been going down, the last 2 attempts of a hit within the A site, one gets denied right away from a crossfire setup from both Zeppa and Whippy. The second one off the re-hit that they attempted, denied right away. But they've been finding a lot of good success within the mid control and also the B explosion. So with that B to play here, did they find an opportunity to fight back against C9's defense on that B site? Well, C9 tried to adapt to that. Comes down to the mind game here with the coaches talking through their players with Bazooka and Emu.
Absolutely. All right, Arts and save. Looks like weapon drop for one. Or just full in. Just not showing the weapon yet. So Blade Storm out, MIBR at 5. The last 3 in Cloud9's favor. We're gonna get one of our final gun rounds here for MIBR. If they can't get this, they're onto a save. Right into sight.
This time the flashes towards main. Seeker's instantly coming out here for Zeppa as Zoxy once again comes in for the support from the top. So it doesn't matter if there's a toxic screen being pushed out from the attacking side. As finally Fra picks it up, turns around within the back of the site, and FRZ will get the plant at least for MIBR. Satchel on the other end. Nice little neutral coming out. Oxy will get the last one for the
Amazing hit there. The Astra utility coming in to just alley-oop the rest of it for the iBUYPOWER ace.
And mind you, those watching right now screaming at Oxy and those watching at home, I mean, iBUYPOWER, our new sponsor, a new partner right now for the America's VCT, and what they're doing currently is for every ace they're actually giving out a PC. That's kind of sick. So if you want to get more information, check out their socials at iBUYPOWER. For a PC, it's going to be given out for every single iBUYPOWER ace.
Gotta get those aces. Players are gonna start being like, give it to me now. Let's get another PC out there.
Zeppa almost got one on bind, and then Oxy just got one here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got a lot of money here for iBUYPOWER to give away these PCs.
It's gonna be an ace-heavy season. 5-4. Again, this mid has not seen a lot of love from either team. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds. This is one of the biggest ones. We have 3 members of MIBR starting to approach. They haven't really seen how C9 likes to defend this, so this is new for just about everyone.
Could be a pop attack right now. Already Mazine's moving in, and there's that flash. No information, and already instantly backing out his Vanity. Already a first snake bite on top of that of Mail, just to not allow MIBR to go for this double dive in this control within this B site.
FRZ slowly peeking, slowly moving. I think this is the time. Yep. They get some guiding lights out of A. Cloud9, not quite sure what's happening, but still feel very, you can see they're comfortable in their offensive positions. Oxy showing it there with the first one.
Yeah, definitely. You don't need to move right away, and there's that adaptation. Unfortunately, it's a showstopper that lands and greets Whippy. Advantage back for MIBR as they take control of this B site. At least in terms of the power of numbers, it's a 3 versus 3. Oxy has the showstopper for the retake. Pain shells to clear out the front of the B site. Satchel within the front, right in the face of Artazine.
Special delivery.
Now as he pushes forward to tap on that spike, and both players so far away, and it's going to be difficult here for Mazine to go for the flank unless RGL could hold it a little bit longer.
They're expecting it.
The swing out. Everyone's waiting for it, but it's a 1-for-1.
One enemy remaining.
Now Mazine's stuck on the top. Mind games are coming through. Just saw the reload of Vanity at the pillar. Now a second tap as Vanity gets a third within the round. The defuse and the C9 tie up the game.
The IGL stepping up to clean it up for the squad. Last frag coming through. 5-5 now, as you said. Yeah, we are all tied up, and it has seemed like such a battle to get to just this point here on Split. Again, same thing on Bind too. When one of the teams is in control, they are just in control. There's no waffling here that they're doing.
Yeah.
Until the edification comes through what's happening for one of the players, one of the squads, they call the shots, and it changes again, night and day here. But it doesn't look like C9's given up too much of the reins here. 14 frags for Oxy as he starts to pop off again in the second map.
Oh, FRC's behind the wall is going to pop it down. Couldn't get the kill. Unlucky. Shooting players in the back.
Hardest shots. Spike is dropped for this one as they continue to push forward. So MIBR is just feeling out the round here.
A dash forward.
Wait a
Nice
minute.
little flash though, but Vanity turns away on time. Double kill coming through. Now only 2 players remaining. Oxy chasing it down. Nice shot at least from RGL. And even a second one,
Yeah.
but you know it's definitely closing in. Players are coming across there for C9 for the trade no matter what. And they have the money to work with despite going against the eco of MIBR. Just hunt it down, get those orbs in.
Yeah, I think we saw that. A little bit of money to work with, jumping out, hopping around mid, playing hopscotch. And this from Vanity, scoring together 5 kills in the last 2 rounds with those 2. Absolutely awesome stuff coming from him after finding himself going down in the eyes of MIBR in a few rounds there as the first. So now 6 in a row for Cloud9. They're giving a bit of one site, full push on the other. Here we go towards B main. Making quite a bit of noise here too, so it's gonna have to be a reaction from MBR.
And Vanity's holding with an op in the front, gets punished right away. He was hoping to at least get just his one. And there's still an opportunity to go for a surprise attack. C9 walking it towards that flank. The timing is good, at least for MIBR. They have the time to go back through vents, out within the A site.
Right.
And just before the wall comes up, FRZ gets that pick onto Whippy.
2 from vents, 1 all the way around. How long will it take, Zeppa?
Too long. His teammates are falling down now within the vents. Jake Elise trades it off, 30 HP remaining.
Last player standing.
Now, against the world, last round at the half. Zeppa just holding towards the B main, does get the first and second pick.
2 left.
Dog
Healthy.
available, no flashes. The shot comes in from Artzine on the top of the B site, or the A site rather, but it's planted for them pretty much. So look at him pull back, just letting Zeppa come towards them as he runs forward. Base on the shot! But couldn't get the kill onto FRZ. At the end, MIBR ties up the game as we're going to a clean slate in the second half.
All right, I like to end it that way. I said we didn't get a back and forth, but that is definitely a way to end it. Down to the wire, and we're pushing each other here. 6-6 on this. As Cloud9 found a way to stop MIBR's attack there. That death ball they were using and bring us deep.
At least right now, when you had the interview with Bazooka saying there was a lot of mistakes going through, it looks clean right now. So let's toss it to the desk at least to see if they agree to what Bazooka was saying.
Thank you so much for that, Matt Silly and Rivington. So C9 able to win, what was that, 5 straight, I believe. Yeah, they were able to take 5 straight after MIBR got 5 straight, and we end up at 6-6.
For a miracle 6 even split.
Here's the interesting thing, though. It looked like it was all MIBR, but then C9, they found that magic sauce and were able to make it happen.
So look, MIBR, they're playing double duelist. What does double duelist do? They go quick into sight, they wrap you around from both sides. It's very frustrating. But C9 were able to turn it around by not playing on site and waiting to die. Instead, they fought through the smokes. They played off site, out in screens. They're flashing through, fighting the duelists after they fall onto site and go into elbow. And then here it's the same exact idea. Enemy team is on site, they're already in motion, all the utilities have been used, and now C9 popping out of heaven to pick up some easy kills.
And once C9 figured that out, I think another thing they were doing super well was being really proactive on these extremities. The amount of rounds where Oxy was pushing through A main, wrapping around and setting them up for these really successful retakes. Yeah. It was great adaptation out of C9, but it's still only 6-6. And while double duelists, you always think of these double dive setups. I think it also can be pretty strong on defense, having that raise help you out with controlling mid. Once you get a jet up on that operator as well, you can start to snowball in a similar way.
You said the thing, but also they had the same 2 agents, the same idea of like on defense on bind,
and it didn't
get
work
the op on jet, and they couldn't get an op on jet until the 23rd round. It didn't come in, so that has to be prevalent in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it has to be, right? You got to make sure that you're putting that time in to be able to put those resources where they will be best spent. And it seems like for C9, though, the resources are all going to the pop-off king right now, Oxy. This guy
First Taste of America's in his first game.
And he already went Super Saiyan like 3 times. What a time to be alive. In any case, though, it's time to jump back into the action and see if C9 can close this out, or will MIBR find the win?
At least GB talks about Oxy going Super Saiyan 3 times, and thankfully, if you're still watching GT or whatnot, it could go 4 and 5. So great opportunities here for Oxy to continue to pop off within this game. As C9 now on the attack, waiting for early information, potential coming out from MIBR here on this A ramp. Interesting. Comes out late. Oxy gets the first blood.
Yeah. Whippy playing cross map here. So calls for the wall will happen. A lot of communication needs to be happening. Now they can weave in and out of this wall if they want and make sure heaven is there. As space is free to take. A little bit tougher now, not double duelists. They have to go in together.
It's well done. The pain shell still to split the attack from C9 and isolates Oxy running in alone. So it'll get that kill here for MIBR. That was a frenzy kill from JZZ. And as you heard the turret earlier on from C9, that's players from MIBR that was pushing down, and they know the B site's open. Vanity the whole time's been lurking there, so they just book it within this B site for a free play.
So big for Vanity's positioning. He can also hear anybody coming through rotations through upper mail room. Yeah. Really smart stuff. I think this is what we expect to see from Brains on this squad. And Vanity is going to find the first one. The dig is up.
Nicely done. Heard the footsteps of Vanity running across. Clan Elise comes down now for C9. B Heaven now back in control for MIBR and especially FRZ with the flank watch. So there's no good post-plant positions for C9 currently on a 2 versus 4. They have to come up huge with these ghosts. Both Jake and Whippy. Double swing now to fight towards the B main. Wrapping across. There's a wraparound towards the back, but instantly RGL and JZZ win their individual duels. And MIBR, they get the pistol in the second half.
Started them off strong on the last one, MIBR. See what kind of buys they get. We did have a Vandal again coming from Mazin last time. That was under the course of a few frags, though, that were the result of that pistol round. It looks like we will have Outlaw coming in for Artzine, Guardian for Azine, so they do actually go for a bit bigger on those guns. A few Bulldogs and then that Spectre for FRZ for Util. All right. Looks like they want to bring these over towards B and fight these angles.
Oh, this is so good. We have the Outlaw coming out too, and we talk about the damage you could do against this half buy. C9's about to run into it.
Just on the back, he's actually going to be up top. Yep. One shot, not activated just yet. He can fall behind and then get out.
This is the first. Actually, he did connect onto Oxy. He's down to 10 HP. RGL is able to help him out from hell. Recalled Smoke gets a second kill. That's good enough here to get his second to allow now MIBR to have potentially an easier retake. Nigel Zeppa has something to say. Pushing out towards the spawn to head and kill onto Artazine. This time picking up the Guardian, but GZZ wins that fight. And the forced buy attempt from C9 gets denied.
The damage, okay, Artazine, huge. The damage done by the Outlaw, it kind of made, obviously, a second guessing happening is we saw Cloud9 going into the site. You either want to peek or you don't, but with low health, it's a full commit. So C9 starts to drop a few players. They don't have the utility they need to get further. And MIBR just collapse onto the site. It all comes from that Outlaw. The first few shots that whittled down Cloud9 to make that strategy feel just a little weird. Bazooka, that's the cheer. Bazooka very happy with the situation, the start of this one. Another bonus.
It's also my favorite dance move on the dance floor.
Oh, okay, okay. Could be another bonus grabbed up here by MIBR.
He was blinded to get that shot, swings in across. Oxy gets the kill, but not until FRZ's on to support on the top of the B balcony, and every other player behind Oxy was also getting dropped. Now Vanity and Zeppa, another attempt to go for a half buy. Nice shot from Vanity at least. Nigel that could frag. We like that here for C9 fans. But the spike's down. It's going to be difficult here for the last two players to come back and fight to pick it up.
Make sure they don't get shot in the back for now. So much lurking could be happening. Oh. Thinking about time.
God. And there's that timing. Unfortunate for Vanity. Stuck with the orb within his hands, gets picked off instantly, rather. As now Zeppa is just trying to find some sort of timing across.
That's the sound. They hear that. So looking to clean this one up. MIBR is collapsing on these strategies so quick, and we see the trades just from FRZ that came from heaven for the people in sight. They seem to be on each other's shoulders with these fights. And there's a kill for FRZ to come through. The money's not looking too good here for C9. 2,900 on top of that, I believe, with no bonus going through, so it should be light buys Few fulls coming through. Not too bad for C9 here as we watch this replay once again.
Such a sick shot. I mean, he just went for the timing down, fully blinded, and that's the thing. Like, the times that C9 are going for these force fight are like, okay, he's only got 2 bullets in his outlaw. We might be able to overpower that with numbers and the force fire that we have. But as you're diving instantly into the straight line of sight that you currently have there for Artzine, you just get the pick right away. You get picked off right away, and your economy is good enough at least to go for a buy with these half buys on the last 2 that you've gotten for C9. But they have to find a way to really push Artzine out of his position instead of trying to go face front against him.
This might be one of them. They do the same guiding light towards B, then go towards mid. So they flex on the conditioning that they've been going B every round. B. This time with the guiding light, they make sure they peek mid to see if there's any quick rotation. Cloud9 working a bit off of the precedents they've been setting here. That's just the one frag. It's been in sight when they're having trouble. Vanity's able to find these lurks though, and it's helping.
Knows that there's a push down towards the middle, so at least now the Seekers comes out on the attack, allowing for us to really get within this B site for C9. And the spray that went through behind the Seeker, another player from MIBR fell.
Spike planted.
Nice push. Keep going through Oxy, looking for the
Last player
aggression.
standing.
Easy kill on Artzine there. And the lurk around for Mazine here for an exit.
What happened? There's a alarm bot just waiting here towards the back, unless we're just trying to do that econ damage, keeping that econ quite low for C9 because of all of these force spies that we have. I mean, I think this is actually a pretty good gamble here for MIBR. You move within the next round where you could still afford a pretty decent buy.
Absolutely.
And then C9 would probably be stuck with a much lower buy if all these 4 players fell and died, but great job by Oxy to get that pick towards the spawn. And as he keeps pushing towards the area of the defender spawn, they know it's open. All 4 of them move together, and they all stay alive.
And I wonder if it's just gonna be B at this point, unless they try to take Heaven and then go towards B. It feels like Oxy, with the first round, they go towards A. As we watch this replay again, that was Vanity coming through sewers to try and get one. But back to the first round, we saw C9 go towards A. Oxy, as you said, got separated. Done. You don't have the double duelist to dive in. So what's going to be easier? Almost like you're diving into C on Lotus, you go to split B. You try to get to that back corner. You get the one person in that can cause chaos and get everybody else to dip into the site and, like you said, flex right down that close alleyway. So many rounds towards B here. I don't know if C9 has another option. See what they do on this. Again, the flash towards B, look towards mid, and this time they'll start to take that position.
Yeah, I mean, they're finding a lot of success too. This default that they currently have, the pressure that they're adding towards the B side, the Vanity 1v1 that he won against that push towards that A side. If it ain't broke, don't fix it currently is C9's strategy. Pressuring back towards the middle, a little bit of a variation though as they want to fight for control up towards male. The flash to swing out, that spots FRZ who falls back and uses utility to push them away. Important fight coming up here towards the A main. Artzine waiting, and as Vanity goes for the jiggle peek, gets picked off, and JZZ even gets to lurk within this B site. So the last players look at a pinch back within A, as Mazine was waiting the off angle against Oxy.
Reading the movement really well here, MIBR is. Keeping themselves in safe positions with these peaks. You can see 2 moving through mailroom. They're just kind of slowly gaining control over the entirety of the map here. It is now Jake and
30
Zeppa.
seconds left.
Looks like they're going to be saving these guns once again. We talked about that econ. It's going down a little bit every round here, and MIBR continues to go up. Artzine with the Blade Storm. The Operator still in hand now. They can keep one site basically on lockdown. Artzine has not been missing those shots. We saw the Outlaw round was really able to flip that one in MIBR's favor. They're right behind each other on everything. Even if Artzine misses, you can expect to see the refrag from somebody else. So this one will dwindle out.
Might even start forcing the hand of C9 too, trying to figure out where the op is going to be positioned, right? Because if you're already going to give an indication from round number 2 that an outlaw is going to come out, you know the op's going to come out ASAP for Artzine. And as it was posted quite numerous times towards this B site, switched over towards the A main and got that pick onto Vanity. Again, they have to find utility and try to flush him out first and see how they want to attack that.
Yeah. Looking at the way that MIBR is played, and maybe be hard for C9 to have identified it yet because they have been going B, but that Heaven is open. I feel like C9 needs to get into position just in general that causes MIBR to want to move around, to want to find out more and make that error. So maybe even holding Heaven for an extended period of time, getting up into mid where we haven't really seen either of these teams play from their attack side, and waiting for that error move. Because right now the site takes just seem to be, they're too secure on the hold for MIBR. And Cloud9 is still questioning on how they can get in. A timeout here, maybe that answer on how they can figure out what is what is the way to refrag better than MIBR being able to trade with these death balls they somehow always have in the right spot.
Yeah. You guys, you're talking about the fragging department. I mean, Oxy's dropping to casual 20 now in the second match.
Has definitely been there.
Pretty decent for a debut.
Absolutely cooking.
And also a showstopper ready. So this would be quite good now off this timeout rather, to see if they want to go for some sort of these B or A side Heaven control. And it starts off with at least mid control for C9, so the indication might be there. The communication again from MIBR. We're still going to try to play the long range op here from Artazine from the elbow within this A site.
A lot of noise mid to start. A lot of noise mid to start. This is just a ruckus right now.
When they're walking out.
I didn't expect to see too much of it, but yeah, commitment here.
Boombot also wouldn't spot behind the box. This is huge here for GZZ. A flash, now a double swing. Oh man, Oxy just got denied right away, but at least Zeppa and Whippy are just behind for these trades. The smoke's about to dissipate. It catches one off guard, and Mazine wins that fight. No trade coming out from Jake, who falls back towards the Ramen. Meanwhile, Vanity was looking for a push towards that B main. There's nobody there, and that's going to slow down the pace with the disadvantage now for C9.
So we get our first round mid, and just about everybody is there for the moment. Amazing stuff. Still a 2v3 as the lurk down mid for MIBR to suss out who might still be ready to fight. And that's going to be Artazine bringing out the Blade Storm. Actually held it for the round until they wanted to secure it with great force. So they're going to know the B hit's probably coming in off these steps and the plant. Now they move in.
30 seconds left.
It's a safe plant. The double flank went out from long. Poison Orb out here from Vanity, down at 1 HP. Up to Jake to try to find the timing.
Last player standing.
Snake bite to take down, at least slow down the attack, and just couldn't work. They're trying to fight back towards that B main, but everybody was just posted and ready for MIBR, and they're looking good to potentially push this to a third match.
It seems like they have the answers. It looks like they have the answers. It doesn't seem. We're watching it right now. The strats have changed for C9 a bit on each one. The way they're hitting B, a few of the flexes towards A, now a full hit towards mid. And MIBR is absorbing these like they understand the strats coming. They've had the numbers game 3 at a site when less numbers of Cloud9 are hitting. And Mazine as well. Just the shots we see every time the POV goes across him. The Sky is picking up the kills that it needs to.
It definitely didn't look like it was an easy shot to make, because there was a lot of utility trying to push him out, and it just clotheslines Oxy, rocking it up towards the air to get what? A Rose ult.
Again, the races are getting shut down today. It's not a good day to be a race. It seems like each time, something in the air. 11-7. MIBR here, like you said, a few away from bringing us to Lotus. A good line of scrimmage, a very push-forward line of scrimmage here for MIBR.
Timing on this, dash activating, dashes forward though. At least updrafts away. That's safe for now, exactly. Actually, that's why I don't play duelists.
Yep, exactly.
We'll always do that.
Hey, you can see how much they just want to press W. Artson now looking for another shot. Ultimate towards mid, they're going to leave that down. Oh no, they keep it up. Just a deterrent, rotating through that, making sure there's no flank. And again, C9 want B. They don't have Oxy to get in though. Who's first? That's the question.
You have no choice. There's no control towards middle. There's no information towards the A side, so you're just trying to
good trade.
Get the numbers right within the B site. Spike is down. Nice shot by Whippy. A chance to get this round. He's going for a fake tap, giving a lot of time here for GZZ to rotate across with Mazine from the top of B Heaven. Showstopper, they just want to guarantee it. Gets off the spike. Paint shell's coming down. Oh, that's going to hurt. Everything's going to hurt here. Ain't going to miss that one when you're pinned like that. MIBR at match point.
Taking control of these last few rounds. 3 in a row. I see 1 round on time, defuse, and then just all-out frag. They're advancing. It's just getting stronger. And see, look at there's a trade right after that. See the frag to a frag, and then another one. Somebody's up on rafters getting the kill. And again, if that looked like it would not have gone MIBR's way, you still had, I believe, Mozzie there up on top. Always seems to be an answer here. And I think that's why we are seeing MIBR be able to take this. It is their pick. Looks like they're feeling comfortable on it for a reason.
Trying to go for the pressure towards the A site. Nice delay coming out from FRZ. So cycling from the wall back to a snake bite, not allowing C9 to really gain control of heaven.
Oh, no way! No way!
Artazine is on something different today with these top shot through smokes that he's getting. Fully blinded too. This man's on point. Jiggle out from Vanity. 3 players rotating back from the A site, back up towards middle. Lockdown available for Whippy for a hit as well, but it's a Cosmic Divide to start things off. Nice shot here from Vanity with the utility being thrown as the Viper. JZZ holding down towards the hell, but finally gets stopped. Not until it's a 2 versus 1 with the spike down in the open. Big flank coming out towards B main. Vanity's just looking to pick it up. Pit available. Wall comes down.
Welcome to
And now they know exactly that he's down towards the double box. Shot out from Artazine, but this time will not connect. Trying to walk back out. Nice shot there onto Mazine. Artazine, it's going to be difficult for him now to try to retake the site with a knock. No dash, moves forward and spots him right there. 4-1 in the round for Vanity to get the Red Bull clutch and keep C9 in the game.
Vanity's multi-kill rounds are incredible right now, especially when it is imperative, right? Not a half-2 round, or not just a maybe round, it's a half-2 round, and Vanity continues to step up in these situations that he's put in here with the 4K. And there still should be quite a bit of money here. That operator gonna go back in the hands of Artazine. But C9, a little bit of life breathed into that one with the Red Bull clutch. Now we switch to A, Van Silly. We switch to A, very unlike C9 in the past 7-8 rounds. Let's see what they can do with it. They're gonna meet 2 onto ramp though. MIBR is ready to fight this.
This orb is actually giving an advantage for Artazine to reposition himself on the other side. Now as the orb comes down, gets the nice headshot there onto Oxy, the up drop. Oh, wait. To allow GZZ to push forward. Stuck with the nade in his hands. Jakey moves forward to get the pick with the Guardian. And a flash to push the players back on the defense for MIBR. But the advantage still for the defensive side. Seeker's coming out to get the information on all 3. So Whippy has to make a move now within the B side. It starts with a lockdown. And to break the Seekers, and the other 2 are still down towards the A side, so you're keeping players from IBR within A. So the Seeker is actually giving false information.
They dip out, smokes are all set up, enough stars to cover the site. A quick gravity well denies the instant hit, giving rotation time now to MIBR.
Very well done for RGL. A flash to come out within the smoke too. And there's that first contact, but it's a trade. Still a player advantage. Seekers out on the attack. All 3 players now spotted towards the B heaven, allowing Zeppa to cross over to go for a safe plant. Jake has to try to make a play, now pushing towards the spawn. So Zeppa, the only thing he could do is try to jiggle, stay alive, fight towards the balcony. Jake about to get swung here by RGL, and he wins it.
Double step.
Mazine dropped down towards the hell. Support coming back as Jake is playing towards the spawn. There's that first pick from Mazine. Jake on a 2 versus 1. The shots now positioning Artazine with the misses it as that pick comes in for Jake. Reload, tap on a spike. The jiggle away stays alive for a bit as Mazine has to go in to try to bring it to halfway. And he'll do so.
He's not gonna get
Jake
off it.
is just
He's
winning
not.
it.
Oh,
now he does get off it here as Jake is walking back out. There's the tap. Mazine with the off angle. Wins that 1v1. And MIBR will push this to a 3rd round.
We're going to Lotus in again, Mazine, in a situation where he is pitted in the 1v1, the 2v1. Whatever it needs to be comes up huge. MIBR firing on all cylinders here, able to take map 2, a map again. They were very much in the driver's seat, and this time come away with a victory. And it just makes me wonder how map 3 is going to go. This one, they can really push and pull each other around the map with the protocols they're going to use, and it's the decider. Who actually wants Lotus on the last one is the question. Not as a bad map, but just as in their pool.
Yeah.
Who is ready for Lotus?
I mean, now that I'm looking more and more towards the map view that we currently have between these two teams, Fine, Split, double duelist play for MIBR, really good on how they can add that pressure. And now you're moving to a Lotus, a map where even Fraud brought out that double controller and really set the pace for Loud on the attack. So I'm hoping, and I'm probably hoping to see something new here for MIBR on Lotus, and we'll find that out after the break.
We saw the double duelist coming up huge for them. So it was really, really big for MIBR. I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate that again, but it is the question we will find out after we come back from the break.